Good day, everyone. I'm going to call this video Elephants Never Forget. You know, I'm a great one for people. People are my passion, and I just must wish them on birthdays, anniversaries, and other important dates. And a lot of friends are quite amazed that my dates and my wishes are always spot on. But it's really not rocket science. We just have to get a little bit organized. So I have this book wherein I write month-wise all the birthdays and all the important dates. And not only that, against each person, if I come to know something about what they like as a gift, I note it down, so you can never go wrong. I know a lot of people who write down birthdays on the large kitchen calendar, so that every day when they enter the kitchen, they look at the calendar and they realize whose birthday it is, and they send off a message. I believe now on computers and phones there are apps. I wouldn't know because I'm not really savvy, but there are apps to remind you of important dates, and you receive notifications. There are also some of my friends, when we belong to a group, they send me a personal message and they say, listen, can you do us a favor? When it is someone's birthday in the group, could you remind us? Well, that works too, if your friend is not as forgetful as you are. And it's not just birthdays, but it is important dates too. See, it's not a problem of storage capacity in your mind. The problem is in the recall. I'm sure you've had the same experience as I have several times. I enter the kitchen and I stand stock still because now I can't remember what I wanted from there. So there are certain ways where you can help yourself with recall. And the first of those is visualization. We always respond much better to pictures. So, for example, in the office the next day, you have to send out a memo at 10 o'clock sharp to your team members. So, visualize a huge stack of papers weighted down by an alarm clock, which points at 10. And the more jazzy the alarm clock, the more blaring alarm you can hear, you're never going to forget. And the next day, your memo will go out at 9:59. Some of us don't have just one thing to remember in a given day. When you have more than one things which are important, use the stacking method. Let me give you an example. You are running around crazily on errands because your boss and his wife are coming to dinner. And you really must remember to buy fish because your boss's wife loves fish. And if you don't put fish on the menu, you're probably ruining your husband's chances of a promotion. And you also have to remember flowers for the center table and wrapping paper to wrap the takeaway chocolate boxes. So stack all those images together. Think of your boss's wife holding a gaily wrapped fish, which for some strange reason has beautiful roses in its mouth. You're never going to forget that for a long time. And you're going to be the hostess with the mostest. The other way you can recall is to put together everything you need to remember into a poem or a funny limerick. Rhymes are a lovely way to remember. And it also brings out your creative side. Who knows, you could be the next Edward Lear. You know, the important thing as we age, the important thing is to remember is that we're probably going to forget. So it would help to keep a set place for your important things. As soon as you enter the home, put your car keys and your house keys in a particular place, never to be changed. As also with your handkerchief, your wallet, your spectacles, and your mask. Keep them all together so that you can pick them all up at one go when you leave home the next time. And as I love to do, I make lists. Write things down, but there is a slight downside to that. The other day I made a to-do list and I forgot where I put the list. So I made a second to-do list. And then I found the first one. And there was a slight difference between the first and the second, so I ended up making a third to-do list. So instead of having these scraps of paper all over the house, perhaps we all could invest in a tiny diary where we write things down by the day. You know, as we age, we are going to forget. So cut yourself some slack. Don't be too hard on yourself. And Mr. Alzheimer is not visiting just yet. It's just that as we grow older, our brain is like the Bermuda Triangle. Information goes in, never to be found again. Don't worry about it, because as that famous Indianism says, what to do? It's like that only. Have a wonderful day, remembering and forgetting. It's all in the game.